Though we back yet again with another flute video. I don't remember who it was, but somebody asked me to start doing like reviews, flute reviews or unboxings. So here's an unboxing for whoever that was that said that. Right here I have a 3D printed flute from PYN Flutes, which is a company that's based out of England, I believe. They make very affordable flutes, of course, because they're 3D printed and not made out of wood. And as you can see, they do come in two pieces because the flutes are able to be pulled apart and put together, which of course makes them extremely portable. But I picked up a key of E, and we can see we got a cool little 3D printed bear on the top. I do own another one of their flutes, a 3D printed one, and the key of low D. It's a triple drone flute, and it takes a whole lot of air. So I'm assuming that maybe with these ones, since they're single flutes, it won't take too much air. But as we can see, we got the two little pieces. We're just connecting them like this. Pretty snug fit like that. And now we got a 3D printed flute just like that. Real quick and easy as far as the assembly goes. The finger holes aren't too far spaced apart as well. Definitely got a good feel for it. It's 3D printed, so we don't have any scent as far as the smell test goes, excuse me. But pretty cool flute. We got some bear engravings. I don't think the camera really do too good at picking it up, but we got some bear engravings on the top as well as the bottom of the flutes. But let's just get into the sound very quickly and see what we're working with. This is a pretty cool flute. You can't really hate on them. You can't really hate on it because it's super affordable. The price is through the roof. I believe I may have only paid $70 max for this. This is in the key of E. You already know, anybody that's in the flutes, you already know if this was to be made out of wood, this is going to be at least $200 minimum, depending on the name of the maker, the person you're dealing with. Maybe $300-$400 pushing up there. But for $70, this is a very good price and a very good flute. Super duper compact. You can take it anywhere. I got on a trench coat right now, and this can stick both pieces right in the trench, and you don't even know that I got a flute on me. You know, the sound, of course, is not comparable to a wooden flute. If you have an ear for it, you might be able to tell that this isn't a wooden flute that's being played. I'm gonna add the reverb, or not because I've already did it. I've added the reverb to the flutes. So you might not be able to tell if it's a 3D printed flute once you throw the reverb on there. But in person, as you hear it, you can tell that this isn't a wooden flute that's being played, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Can't stress that enough. It's not a bad thing. It makes the sound, it plays just fine, and ultimately you get what you pay for. So if you're expecting a premium sounding flute from something that's quite literally 3D printed, you might be a tad bit delusional, respectfully speaking. But I would recommend it. I definitely recommend sticking with a single over a triple with this brand in particular, and I only say that because that triple flute requires so much breath. It's so easy to get winded. But with the single, you can pretty much rock out. It's not as much back pressure as the flutes that I've experienced, and I'm just gonna chop that up to them being flutes that's made out of wood compared to a 3D printed flute. But I definitely recommend it. If you're somebody that's a beginner as far as getting into flutes, I would definitely recommend either buying a 3D printed flute or finding something that's under $200. Because once you get into the flute world and you get into different types of woods, you're going to learn very quickly that this is not a cheap hobby at all. But because we have people out there that's willing to put that time in and discover new ways of making flutes, we can make this a cheap hobby, or an affordable hobby, I should say, that's still rewarding. But if you stayed around throughout the entirety of this video, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody that's been subscribing, everybody that's been commenting. That bass beat video got like 18,000 views. I done pulled almost 800 subscribers off that video alone, and it's a lot of people that's telling me to drop albums and make actual music. I do want y'all to know that I don't pre-record anything. Every single flute video that I have posted, those are literally all improvs. I don't practice them. I don't train for them. I'm not trained in music. I don't know how to read music. Nothing. I literally just play how I feel. So when it comes to requests being made of me, I can try to flute a song that you would like, but this is me telling you that I don't know how to read music. When it comes to playing music, I literally have to recite it by ear, so it'll never be 100% on point, especially because I'm not gonna sit down and play, then mess up, then go back and play again. I'm not doing that at all. This is pure improv, and I feel like that's what makes it so heartfelt to y'all. But like I mentioned, I appreciate everybody that stuck around and listened. PYN flutes, 3D printed flutes, very, very affordable. I definitely recommend, once again, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Bars, if you fought it.